Hi guys, before we jump in, I just want to mention that this particular product, the price does change on it often. So be sure and check out the link down below in the description and see what kind of price you can get for it. All right, let's jump in. In today's video, we're taking a look at this GameSir G7 SE controller. Now, this is the controller right here, and in today's video, we're going to talk about some of the features that it offers, as well as test it for any kind of stick drift. Now, as you'll notice here on this controller, the button layout is very similar to a typical Xbox controller. However, there are some additional buttons that a typical Xbox controller doesn't have. And those are right here on the bottom here. We have this memory button. I'll talk about that in just one moment. Underneath where the headphone jack is, this is a 3.5 millimeter aux type of jack that you plug in your headphones. There is a microphone button, and if we take a look, that'll actually go ahead and mute the controller, which is really cool. That's not a typical feature that you see on a normal Xbox controller. Now, one reason people absolutely love this controller is the back here has these two buttons. These kind of act as paddles for this controller right here, and I'll talk about those switches in just one moment, but I did want to show you where they kind of rest. They do rest kind of where your fingers will rest on the back of the controller. All right, now on the front of the controller, we actually have this M button that stands for memory, and that's the button we're going to go ahead and use to map the back buttons on the back side of the controller to whichever buttons we would like. Typically, if I'm using this controller to play some kind of shooter game, I would like to map my jump button to one of the back buttons on the controller, because if you think about how you're actually holding this controller, typically you're holding the controller with your thumb on the right stick that allows you to aim. When you want to jump, you have to pull your thumb off to hit the jump button, but with this controller, you're able to hit this button and actually jump while maintaining aim with your right thumb on the joystick. That's one reason people absolutely love this controller and love the back buttons on it. Now, this controller does actually come with this USB-A to USB-C cable right here, and it is braided, so it's very durable and strong, but it is really nice and long and a very good length. Just another thing this company thought of to really improve the experience of this controller for the gamer. Now, one common issue that these controllers will face because they do have back buttons is occasionally and accidentally pushing these buttons in, but they've actually gone ahead and thought about that, and they do have these physical switches so that when they are switched over, it will actually lock and block this button from even being able to be pushed in. That means it feels much more like a general controller without buttons on the back because it is locked and physically disabled. All right, now one issue most controllers face is stick drift of some degree. Now, one thing I'm very impressed with is this is a 0% dead zone test, which if you know anything about these tests, they are extremely hard to pass on a 0% dead zone. If that red and that green sway from the white hex at all, you will see stick drift, but when I let go of the stick, you're seeing no sway, no drift. They are perfectly in line, and I am getting absolutely zero stick drift from this controller. To say this controller's lack of stick drift is impressive is such an understatement. This is some of the best test performance I have ever seen from a controller. Overall, guys, if you're really trying to level up your game, I think this is a fantastic, very high quality controller with some added features that make it really nice and helpful, but also those back buttons can really improve your gameplay. And for that reason, I highly recommend it. Now, make sure and check out the link down below in the description to get your hands on this product. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.